Ending a video game is always challenging, whether you need to tie up multiple loose ends or pay off hours of the player's time. While many games succeed spectacularly, they also include secret endings that aren't that easy to access, at least if you don't know how to do so. Nevertheless, there's plenty to like, from alternate timelines and callbacks to potential sequel teases. Let's look at 10 secret endings from recent games, which you may have missed. Spoilers abound for recent titles. V's End, Cyberpunk 2077. To say that V draws the short end of the stick in Cyberpunk 2077 is an understatement. After a job to steal a relic from Arasaka goes wrong, V awakens from death with his friend Jackie dead and Johnny Silverhand in his brain. Learning more about Soulkiller and the time limit on his own life, V must decide to either assault Arasaka with her allies and use it to either remove Silverhand or hand over control. They can also upload their consciousness into Mikoshi with Arasaka's help. V can also choose to go it alone, walking right through the lobby with no backup and mowing down Arasaka and Atom Smasher. However, another more depressing ending allows V to end their life, choosing the safest option to ensure that no one is sacrificed on their behalf. New Game Plus Ending, Dead Space Remake. In the original, Isaac Clarke fights to return the marker to Aegis 7. After defeating the hive mind, he escapes the planet as it collapses. Of course, his mind is affected by the marker as manifested in the hallucinations of Nicole, who jump scares him at the end. The same ending does carry over into the 2023 remake, with some slight changes during the climactic battle. However, there's a new secret ending in New Game Plus. If you collect all the marker fragments in this playthrough, place them in the captain's quarters and finish the game like normal, Isaac is completely indoctrinated in the final sequence. He talks with Nicole about building something, and his ship is full of marker runes, indicating something terrible in the future. Possible tease for Dead Space 2 Remake or just a fun extra? We'll have to see in the future. Epilogue Ending, Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe piles on the new content, enhancing the original's meta-narration to levels that can feel straight up uncomfortable at times. By completing several endings, which varies based on whether you've played the original, the new content ending can be obtained. It takes Stanley to the Memory Zone, a house containing review clippings, awards, and whatnot for the original game. After some more meta-narrative shenanigans, Stanley finds himself in a wasteland and the game ends. But that's not truly the end. The epilogue option unlocks in the main menu, and you're back in the wasteland. The Memory Zone house is in ruins, and a note from the developer talks about never making another game. However, Stanley can find a familiar desk and computer and generate names for a prospective third title. It's trippy, but considering the game has you defeating a bucket, it's definitely in keeping with the overall tone. Artifact, Signalis. Rose Engine Signalis is one of the more underrated survival horror games, focusing on a replica named Elster as she searches for Ariane, her gestalt, after crash landing on a strange new planet. The overall meaning behind the story is up to interpretation, which only makes the secret ending Artifact more confusing. By collecting 3 keys, which takes some doing, and unlocking the safe in Ariane's room, Elster will obtain some white lilies and die. Or so it seems. A flashback is then revealed as she and Ariane are dancing inside the ruins of the ship. The lore talks about the replica units listening to music, among other things, to keep functioning. Maybe it's an allegory for treasuring one's humanity. Perhaps the whole story is set in purgatory. Either way, it'll keep you guessing. Leave, Atomic Heart. Mundfish's Atomic Heart does several things right, from its presentation and visual fidelity to the combat. The writing and dialogue, especially for protagonist P3, do leave something to be desired though. Pretty much everyone can guess that Dr. Dmitry Sechenov is a bad guy in the first hour. By the end, you have a choice. Either go after the Doctor for all he's done, or leave entirely. That's right, you can opt to leave Facility 3826, and not be a puppet anymore, which includes tossing your AI companion Charles to the ground. It's even more hilarious because this is the good ending. The bad ending involves going to see the Doctor, fighting the twins, and Charles being revealed as the main antagonist, who goes on to become stronger. It's such a flip on how video game finales should go that it's hilarious.
What do you want?
I want all this to end, Dmitri. I want your pathetic human race to realize it has no future.
Showing Mercy, Sifu. Mastering the art of parrying and striking in Sifu can take some time. Doing that while navigating multiple stages of enemies and taking down each boss without aging is itself a challenge. But despite the central plot of revenge, Sifu teaches players that true enlightenment in martial arts lies in wude or morality. If you fight each boss and break their structure, you can choose to not kill them. The boss will continue fighting, and doing this again, electing not to kill enables an option to spare them. If you spare each target en route to Yang, the leader, and then perform the button prompt at the end, the protagonist will also spare him but also die. A cutscene of the protagonist on a summit finally at peace, and a post-credit scene where they're seemingly alive and now a master teaching students is showcased. It's theorized that mastering martial morality led to Amulet resurrecting the protagonist. Some theorize that the master in the end is Yang, who has moved on from his demons and teaches the new generation. It's all open-ended though. Secret Ending, Returnal.
I regret what happened, but you deserved it. We must forget to remember.
As straightforward as Returnal's plot can seem at times, moments hint at all of this happening in the protagonist Celine's head. Her house pops up at random moments, and there are flashbacks to an accident where her mother avoids an astronaut on the road, leading to her being wheelchair-bound. It's all cryptic, and even after defeating the final boss, you might not get all the answers. By collecting 6 Sunface fragments in the game and obtaining the car keys, you can unlock the ruined car in the last region. What seems to be Celine's mother then attacks, and upon her defeat, Celine goes to the bridge from her memory. This time, she's the astronaut, viewing the accident from a new perspective. Celine then ventures from underwater to the surface and cries for Helios upon breaking through. There are many theories, from Celine feeling guilt over the accident to Helios being her son who she neglected and seemingly wants to return to. Either way, it will take some runs to piece everything together. Codename 47, Hitman World of Assassination. Despite the sandbox nature of Hitman World of Assassination's gameplay, there is an overarching story. The main villain is Arthur Edwards, who assumes control over the antagonistic organization Providence and opposes Agent 47 and Diana Burnwood throughout the trilogy. By the end, Agent 47 can take down Edwards once and for all. He can either assassinate him or use a serum to wipe his memories. However, if you equip the serum and wait a minute, you can use it on 47. It will lead him to waking up in a new room in what is essentially a homage to the beginning of Hitman Codename 47, the very first game in the series. It's a nice nod, and hearing Edwards using the same words in his greeting is great. Frenzied Flame, Elden Ring. Elden Ring has a range of endings, like fulfilling Ronnie's desire and beginning the Age of Stars. Most aren't simple to obtain, but one of the most cryptic, resulting in the worst ending of all, is the Frenzied Flame. Your reward? Oh, just the world covered in flames. The Erdtree is destroyed and you're walking around with a flame for a head. It's all your fault, and Melina swears to kill you. Is it a step up from No Maidens? Possibly. Newspaper ending, ODDWORLD SOULSTORM. Like its predecessors, ODDWORLD SOULSTORM has you rescuing Mudokons in its levels. Depending on how many you saved, you get a Karma score. Saving 80% in 12 or more levels guarantees a good ending and unlocks the final 2 levels. Finish these and the Mudokons succeed in their quest. Moloch kills the Brewmaster, Morker, and Aslick before fleeing. Abe also learns more about his mother as the Mudokons embark on a new journey for answers. However, rescuing 80% of Mudokons in all levels, including the final 2, you're treated to a cinematic of a newspaper headline. The rebellion after effects are felt as the remaining Mudokons leave their posts and embrace freedom for the first time. Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.